So golf cart baking out in the sun. I sat in it and I thought, like, I hope God isn't watching because, like, it heat entered.
Yeah, like it was like when you sit on the seat, you'd think, your cheeks would get hot, right? Because you're sitting on the seat, but it would, like
It made me want to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Good Sauce is brought to you by Mo Do It. Every episode, this episode, and speaking of Mo Do It, he has one of the coolest events coming up. Do you like bowling?
I do like bowling, but only if it's in conjunction with pinball.
Don't miss the first ever Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama.
What, when, and where?
July 13th at the Oviedo Bowling Center. This is honestly one of those cool guy events.
It checks out. Everyone's there.
It's all going down at the Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama. Once again, July 13th at the Oviedo Bowling Center.
All the proceeds go to Rosie's Adventures, a local nonprofit that helps kids battling cancer.
Injured on the go?
Just call Mo.
There's no holding back, I can tell you that we can handle it, baby. I'm for race until we go fast enough. You're my family, baby. I hear you're feeling good. Well, you're already there. You're feeling good. Not for race.
Yes! Prozac's down the drain. I hope to God that we got you feeling good. Man, it is so dope. So first of all, welcome to Good Sauce with Rauce and Joel. My name is Rauce.
I'm Joel.
And today we are joined by another one of my childhood friends, Mr. Jonathan Arce.
What's going on?
There he is. So thank you so much for stepping in. Renato is not here. Nico Renato is not here because he's doing another job training thing.
He's not sick. He's not in jail.
Yeah, not sick, not in jail, and that's a good thing.
I got a lot of questions last time he wasn't here, and they were only those two.
He is an enigma. He is a very mysterious man. Welcome. This is episode 13, I believe.
That's lucky or unlucky. I can't remember which.
Episode 13.
I guess we'll find out in 25 minutes.
And, man, shout out. We should do more shout outs to Adam Scharf, who is the artist, the musician, the actor, lightning in a bottle of a performer who created our theme song. That theme song rips.
It's the song of the summer. I don't know. They announced that, and it's
it's like a
Good Sauce theme song.
TRL came back and announced it as number one.
Yeah, I got a call from Carson Daly, and I was like, I wasn't expecting this, but you're right.
What a comeback.
Yeah, Scharf with the song of the summer.
God, man.
It's also available. You can get our theme song everywhere now.
Yeah, it is out.
He released it as a single, so download that and just ride around in your car and pretend that you host this show.
Yeah, he did a bang up job, man. That song is awesome. I love getting emails going like, "Yo, what is this song from?" It's like I hired a local musician. I don't even want to say hired because like hired makes it seem like he's like a mercenary. He
also did it before we agreed to give him any money. That's why it's not hired. It's because he just did it, and then we gave him money.
He is the man. He is the man. Shout out to Adam Scharf. Welcome. This is going to be a fun episode because this has been a wild weekend for me. First and foremost, let's just go over the things that we have got planned to speak about and talk about and communicate about. Entertainment is a wild career to pursue.
True.
I've known that ever since I saw my older brother get into it, and a lot of people talk about the highs of entertainment. But that is not what we're here for today. We're here to talk about the lows of entertainment because I saw one of the lowest lows in all of entertainment this past weekend.
And that is a deep down low.
Man.
And every time I think about it, like every time I close my eyes, I see it all over again, and it just brings me so much joy. It is truly, I've never seen anything like this.
I love it when you have a memory that you can replay enough to accurately react to again.
Like if I think about it too long, I'll cry, laugh. And Joel, you've been on thousands of stages, so I'm sure you have some rock bottom stage moments.
I've seen some things go wrong.
I've been a part of some rock bottom stage moments.
Oh yeah, I've been the thing that went wrong many of those times.
I've been both rock and bottom in a lot of those scenarios. It's the summer. It's hot as hell. My toenails are pruning. But there is some pros of summers. There is some pros of Florida summers that I think we might have to remind all of our listeners and also ourselves, because it is oppressive outside.
Yeah, it's happening.
It is brutal. And then we always, this has kind of been a tradition here so far on Good Sauce. If you're just joining us, my wife is in her 3rd trimester. And John, my childhood good friend, who's also our special guest today, you've also, you work in the medical field. You've seen some stuff. And I need to know what I'm getting myself into come September 6th.
We're officially birth prepping.
Yeah. I'm birth prepping. I'm nesting.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said we. I'm not really.
I called.
I won't be in the room.
Out of nowhere 2 days ago. Is this a sign of nesting? We can talk a little bit about it right now.
Okay.
I cleaned all my baseboards. Is that nesting, or is that just like?
Is nesting the same as OCD?
I don't know. It was
Base? You clean the baseboard?
I cleaned the baseboard.
Like with a toothbrush?
Not with a toothbrush.
With your tongue?
But with a rag and some all cleaner spray.
I think that's just good, housework.
Yeah,
I think it's just.
I think that's just what you're supposed to do.
Oh, so that's just average humaning?
Yeah.
All right, got
absolutely.
it. Good to know.
I think you just got mature.
Yeah, I think I care about different things now.
Yeah.
But the first thing I would love to crack open episode 13 with as one of our main topics is these entertainment rock bottom stories.
Yeah.
I love stand-up comedy. Joel's more so, I would say, he's also doing stand-up comedy now, but you're also more so from the theater background.
Yeah.
A lot more plays.
Yeah, I had a good 10-year run where that's what I was doing. And I don't do them anymore. It's just once you have kids, theater takes up a lot of time.
Yeah. Theater is a kid.
It is. And once you have other ones running around, it's not really the best use of that time for me. So, yeah, now it's mostly stand-up.
So I've taken a lot of pride in knowing that I came from stand-up comedy. And I still come from stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy. It took me 10 years to even warm up to the title of comedian before I thought, like, okay, I think I've accomplished at the very least I feel comfortable calling myself a comedian.
You are an award-winning comedian.
And it took me a decade to even warm up to that. I felt like audiences tell me that, or I have to earn that. Regardless, what I'm trying to say is when you start off your entertainment journey through open mics and stand-up comedy showcases that are anywhere and everywhere that just thought they should have a comedy open mic night, and you're trying to get your hustle on, and you're trying to do comedy 2-3 times a night in a city that only offers it maybe once or twice, you'll do it anywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen comedians perform at Waffle Houses. I've seen comedians perform at strip clubs. I'm one of the comedians who have performed at a strip club.
Oh, nice.
It's been a wild journey. I think one of the craziest things that I've seen doing stand-up was...
Do you remember your opener at the strip club?
Yeah, no, it was another comedian.
Do you remember your closer?
No.
What were you wearing?
What were they wearing?
Yeah, what?
I got way more questions about what you said a minute ago.
Dude, they just would open up the strip club with comedy. Like the first thing that would happen before the rest of the night, before things got weird.
Okay.
We were like the appetizer.
Get a couple giggles before you get a couple wiggles?
Yeah. So like you would get like comedians, and listen, the pay is like $25, so you're not getting the best.
You're not doing it for the money of that.
You're not doing it for the money. You're doing
You're
it.
doing it for the green room.
Yeah, you're also. For me personally, I was doing it for the love of the game. I was like,
Sure you were.
You say yes to every gig in the very beginning.
Ever do a bowling alley?
I have multiple times. I have crushed at a bowling alley. If I'm being honest with you, I've had some really good sets at that bowling alley. I've had some bad sets at that bowling alley. It's hard when you get heckled by like a pickup on a spare. Like it's
You're
tough.
getting heckled by the little animated pins that come up when you...
Yeah. It's so I love knowing that I feel like it's made me harder. It's put a callus over all of my soul
yeah.
doing all of those tough shows.
I'll say I understand what you're saying more recently now because I've been opening for you.
Doing some stand-up.
Yeah, and it's a different performance vibe than anything I've ever experienced. It's not like theater. It's not like improv comedy shows.
Yep.
That has a different vibe altogether. It's not like doing film work, any of that. Stand up is its own thing, but consistently so. Like every time you show up, it's kind of that same vibe.
It's a vibe of like, this is from the streets.
Yeah, it is.
Stand-up
You're getting that
comedy
look of like, all right, you better be funny.
The stand-up, yeah, and that's the only rule. To my knowledge, that's the only rule of stand-up comedy, that if you are getting laughs, then you are doing it right.
Yeah.
And that's not really the case in kind of any other entertainment form. Regardless, I've seen some wild stuff. I think the craziest thing personally that I've seen that I was on a show with, I was at a place called the House of Face. This is being broadcast on the radio to the 4 people who know about that place. I am talking about that biker bar. I was doing stand-up comedy. And I'm alternating with a band, and it is not going well.
Okay.
So a band goes up, does about 25 minutes. I go up and do 25 minutes. Then there's like a 5-minute break, and then the band goes up and does 25 minutes, and then I go up and do 25 minutes. I have 30 minutes of material at this moment.
Yeah.
And in my stand-up comedy journey, it is not going well. I'm desperate for a laugh. A woman walks in front of me, and I sniff her. Just to be like, oh, I'm just desperate. I sniff her from like I'm on top of a stage. It's not like I'm putting my nose to her neck.
That is exactly what I was imagining.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that. I just sniffed her from like 2 or 3 feet away. And I said, ooh.
I thought you were like meeting her like a dog would meet another dog.
God.
Not one of
Not
those.
butt-wise, just nose proximity.
Yeah.
Sorry, I painted a very different picture.
It wasn't that close. Regardless, the lead singer of the band, that was his wife, and then he charged the stage.
Oh.
And he's got me beat by like 130 pounds. And he just went off on me, and I'm such a noob.
Physically or yelled at you?
Yelled and was threatening physical altercation if I did anything remotely close to that again. And I was such a new comedian where I was like, you're so right. I apologize, sir. Like it was so awkward for me.
I don't know that you were wrong.
Yeah. I was.
You might just still have been enough of a human being to that point to be like, my bad.
He put the fear of God in me, man. This guy had the forearms the size of Harley Davidson's.
What kind of music were they playing?
Just Skinner covers, straight country stuff. Weirdest.
It would have made their set better if he had beat you up.
Weirdest part of the night. Yeah, that would have been funny.
For their set. And it probably would have gotten the biggest laugh of the
I
night.
would have gotten a laugh finally.
Like, that guy was pretty bad till he let that other guy beat him up.
Oh, man. And then at that same show, and I have to be careful what we say here, but at the bar, I will never forget this. During my second interval of stand-up comedy at the bar, woman, dude, third base in it.
Whoa.
Just out. Everything out right there at the bar. And I'm just like,
Third base?
third base. We third.
like?
No, it was like, bro. It was like, dude, this guy.
You're talking high school touchdowns.
I'm talking high school. Yes. It was odd. And to see this guy just still drinking his Bud Light while she's doing the Lord's
She's
work.
at bat.
Yeah, she's at bat. Yeah, dude. It was
Stick with baseball.
It was jarring. I'll never forget that. That was such a rock bottom moment.
That sounds like the beginning of a movie. It's just like panning up to a struggling comedian and then down to a guy who just threatened his life and then over to third base at the bar.
The House of Face devoured me.
Yeah.
It was hellish.
What a great name for a bar.
Yeah,
House of Face.
I don't think it happened. I don't think it exists anymore. It was a legendary biker bar, and they booked me as a comedian. And oh yeah, maybe I'm not a biker comedian.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that checks
I don't know
out.
why you didn't know that.
Now, with theater though, you're not gonna have like during a play. If you go out to the community center and you watch a play, I don't think that has a very high chance of ever happening.
That?
Yeah.
No. Not that.
Or anything like that. Like, it's not like people
No,
are dressed
and
up to the nines to go out to theater.
Well,
traditionally.
it depends. If you're going to like a Broadway tour or whatever, you have all types of people that maybe don't even usually go to theater, dressed up. Like you said, they made a night out of it. They probably spent a lot on the tickets. I worked at community theaters.
So
this was oftentimes like they would have a retirement home, would get a bus and bring them all to a matinee of a musical. And if you looked out in the theater, it just looked like a cotton patch. It was just little white balls of hair. And you'd see like an asleep elderly man every couple of seats. And then you would hear the squeal of hearing aids all going, like everybody had to adjust and get on the right frequency.
Yeah. Everyone's putting mirrors in front of old guys' noses. To
kind
see
of. No.
the glare or
At one point,
breath.
we were doing a show and I heard kind of a commotion going on in the theater lobby. And I go out there and this guy is like laying on the ground unconscious. And they're like, we called an ambulance. And then the director of the play that was going on right now bursts open the theater doors and he goes, can you guys keep it down? There's a show going on. And he saw what was happening and he just goes, oh, and then just like back into the theater. I also saw during a performance, the set fall over onto the cast because a couple of screws had popped. So the whole back wall
that's so
fell.
awkward.
It was like a cartoon. Fell onto the people doing the show. And you also see like somebody in the backstage area like suddenly revealed that just kind of had like a uh-oh.
There's nothing worse than when live entertainment goes south.
Oh yeah, there's also nothing better on some level.
Yeah, on some level.
It's like watching a car accident where nobody gets hurt, so it's still funny.
Cue what happened to, cue what I saw this weekend. Definitely a first, will be a last. Makes me laugh every time I think about it. I said yes to a show about a month ago from another one of my comedian friends. I was like, yeah, it was on a Sunday. I was like, I'm never booked on Sundays. If you're doing comedy, Sunday shows are rare. Friday and Saturday is where you can make some good coin and
Kind of like weddings.
and see some really good audiences. Exactly.
If there's one on a Sunday, somebody's trying to save money.
You nailed that. But Sunday night, downtown Orlando, I walk in and I'm looking for the stage. I don't know where the stage is. I see the audience. I'm looking for, okay, there's the stage. So imagine you're sitting at a bar and then we are performing on top of the bar, but not where like you would put your drinks.
This is like a Coyote Ugly situation?
Not a close, very close, but not exactly, because they would dance right on the bar. We are dancing on top of where the bottles are.
Okay.
So
you're kind of like the skillet of a hibachi restaurant.
very much so, 1,000%.
You're the onion volcano.
The show starts, and 30 seconds in, the host walks up. My good friend Kevin Dean, very young. I don't even know if he is young. I don't know. I was
The
about
only
to
word used to describe him might be inaccurate.
I was about to compliment his age for some strange reason. I have no idea how old he
He's
is.
totally a person.
Definitely a good friend.
He's a good friend and a great comedian, and
better.
and he is a phenomenal host. One of the best hosts of a comedy show I've ever seen. And to see him go through that, he walks up. He's about 30 seconds in. He's looking fresh. You got to look fresh as a host. He's wearing J's. They're spotless. And he grabs the microphone and goes, "What's up? You guys ready for a comedy show?" Oh. And he falls. He falls. He falls to the ground, but it's not like a drop, but it's like his knees. I've never seen anything like it.
You got weak in the knees?
Even get ready, dude. His foot got stuck, and not like in a hole, but in a rat trap.
What?
What?
His foot.
There was a rat trap on the stage that is the place where bottles go.
So it's not really a stage.
This is a booby trap.
There's a rat trap. So to hear him go like, ah,
Oh, jeez.
and his foot is glued.
His Jordans
It's Jordans. Brand new Jordans,
are
by the
glued
way.
to a rat trap.
Glued to a rat trap.
What an opening joke.
and now
he
here-
comes out and pulls this piece of Mr. Bean physical comedy. This guy's a genius.
So-
I know Kevin. I've seen him.
Yeah.
He hosted us one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Gosh, he's funny, but watching him go through that.
And he's such a fresh dude. Like, he's so, he's dressed to nice. He's got a fresh New Era hat. He's got fresh J's on.
Yeah, he tries and it shows. Like he
and
does a
mission
good
accomplished.
job.
And
yeah,
then,
he looks great.
And then his shoe just gets cemented to the huge stage. He cannot move.
And that's a death blow for a shoe. Like that, those will never be the same.
It's like we are 40 seconds into it. It's so raw and it happens so fast that the audience doesn't know what's happening because we're so above the audience. They can't see his foot.
I'd be borderline standing ovation at that point if I had been there.
What does he do? He takes his left shoe. It is stuck to this rat trap. His next move is, all right, I got to get my left shoe off this thing. Right shoe also onto the rat trap.
Brilliant.
To then rip the left shoe off.
Now it's stuck to the other.
Both shoes are now stuck.
This man's never been in a rat trap before.
Wait, you have?
I was
Amateur.
now both of his feet are stuck on the stage, and now he just has to host a comedy show without the ability to move
Or get any funnier, honestly.
It's
Because that's the funniest thing you could possibly do is what he did.
and the problem is that like the audience couldn't pick up on like how miraculously funny this is, that both feet are stuck and there's a dollop of peanut butter in between his shoes.
It just looks like he took the bait.
So what he has to do,
He's like, I got to get that protein. There's a little bit of peanut butter over there. Not again.
so what he does is that he then wraps up his host set. He takes off his shoes.
I was going to say, do you hop off?
Yeah, he takes off his shoes. Now he's shoeless. The shoes are on stage. He rips the shoes off the stage and then just holds his shoes as he walks down the stairs with no shoes on.
I thought he was going to leave it there and then some rats were going to be like, are those Jordans? And then get killed.
It makes me laugh every time I think about it, just seeing him go, ah!
I can't believe that happened.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him just to see. I'm going to call him to see. He doesn't know that this is.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. All right. Real fast. This is being recorded. You're like the first ever guest that we've ever had on this podcast.
I'm flattered.
All right. I did tell you that that was the funniest thing I've seen in a very long time this past Sunday. But I just, so I want everyone to know that I'm not lying, that your both shoes get stuck on Acme size rat trap. What was
This is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
Hey, it's Joel. What's up?
Hey, Joel, how's it going, brother?
Good, dude. I'm wanting to start a GoFundMe to get you some new shoes.
The thing is, if I didn't have 25 pairs of Jordans, I might feel away.
Hey.
But I am a quintessential black person. I have all of the Jordans.
Well, can you at least leave the rat trap on these and put them in like some sort of display?
I might have to. I might have to take one of my Power Ranger cases away and just put the shoes of all of my civilians.
That's a great idea. Do it.
But what I
All
want,
my-
I wanted to see, what was the first noise that left your body when your foot got stuck? Is there any way you could recreate that for me?
There was a lot of confusion because initially you don't know it's a rat trap. You're just like, oh, I'm stuck in goo. I'm stuck in a vortex. What's happening right now? You know? And then you quickly realize what's going on, and you're like, oh, I could get myself out of this situation. I'll just put my other foot down and pull up. Like, but what you don't realize is how strong the adhesive is.
Yeah,
So then both of my feet got stuck.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're about at what? You're about a minute, 90 seconds, if that, into the show.
I had said, hey, thank you guys so much for coming out to the show. My name is Kevin. I'm going to be your host.
I told Ross that's the funniest opener of all time.
I said, oh gosh, I'm stuck. And then I tripped because I tried to put my other foot in there and I fell down.
Oh.
And I did it so quickly, so swiftly. People thought it was a bit. People thought I was pretending.
And then I
It's
walked
hilarious. It should be. I think that might be how all your shows start now.
Are you telling me that when I called out the rat trap when I went up later in the comedy show that was more of a laugh than you got over your feet getting stuck in the rat trap?
They looked at me like, "Oh, this guy's doing prop comedy." That's what we're doing out here right now.
Well, there he
That's
is.
how we're starting the show.
Yeah,
man.
that was the opening joke. There he is, Kevin Dean. Thank you so much for falling on the sword of one of the funniest things I've ever seen during live entertainment.
I'm so happy that you got a kick out of it because I was mortified.
Yeah.
Well, and now just know you can never say it didn't happen.
This man, it was the greatest. Thank you, Kevin Dean. That is too
Hey, no
much.
problem. You guys have a good one.
All right, have a good one.
Dude.
That's Mr. 407 Kevin, by the way. That's
who?
that's the big. He's got a big Central Florida Instagram following of making all the dating videos.
Dating in Central. Hey, they're very funny. Check them out.
They're very
407 Kevin.
Mr. 407 Kevin.
Ross laughed 3 times about this today before he told me what
It
happened.
makes me laugh every time of him going. I'm
stuck.
I'm stuck. My name's Kevin Dean. Welcome to a
All right, think of that. Listen to this. We love you. See you soon.
We'll be right back. It's an absolute honor to tell people about the Half Barrel Beer Project because they are delivering a fantastic experience with phenomenal food and great beer. It's the only place that you can get great craft, authentic beer by the attractions. The Half Barrel Beer Project is a craft tap room, it's a bottle shop, it's a microbrewery, and it's a great place to get lunch as well. Every now and then, DJ Chad Allen will spin some 90s tunes. They are nailing it. We're talking the best breweries not around the country, around the world. The Half Barrel Beer Project. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram at Half Barrel Beer Project. You won't regret it. If you're by the convention center, this is your new place. The Orange County, Central Florida, Orlando History Center is on board with Good Sauce, and that is too dope.
Gem of downtown Orlando.
If you live in Central Florida and you love Central Florida, then this should be one of your go-to date nights, one of your go-to play days with the family.
Entertainment, history, you'll be smarter when you leave. They got a brand new exhibit, Home Away from Home, Historic Hotels of Central Florida. It starts on July 13th.
Historic hotels and different lodging all throughout Central Florida and that amazing history.
It's a deep dive into what Florida is famous for.
TheHistoryCenter.org. And also shout out to them for getting that domain name, TheHistoryCenter.org.
That's epic.
That makes Orlando cooler.
You're
Welcome back. Thank you for listening. Thanks for taking that quick break. Shout out to our amazing sponsors. Shout out to the History Center. Shout out to Mo DeWitt. Shout out to the Half Barrel Beer Project. My God. We have some of the coolest little... I mean...
We got good ones.
We got great ones, man. Half Barrel is making some of the craziest beer I've...
They have such good selection. Whether or not you get the ones that they're just stocking in the fridges or the stuff that they're making, which is awesome, but it's either way, you're good to go. They got great food.
There's a brewery out in Miami called Tripping Animals. That's a very expensive craft beer. You will find, I've never find a better price for Tripping Animals, the brewery. Those beers are super trendy right now. And they have them over there. Phenomenal place.
Yeah.
Phenomenal place. And it's also a perfect time to have a beer because, listen, I don't want to sound like everybody else before me ever.
Sometimes when everybody says something, it's because it's true.
I don't want to just talk about Florida heat specifically. Really, the main thing for me that I am kind of getting bummed out about is that this whole time I always thought nah, man, it's just Florida. That's what Florida does. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's me getting older and I'm becoming weaker.
Yes.
And is that what it is?
Yes.
That was a quick yes from the medical professional.
Wow, John.
1,000%.
That's
It's
100%
just you.
it. So younger people can deal with the heat better.
I think your skin is tougher, and then as you get older, it just starts to break down because you're getting older,
Yeah, see, that's how I feel when people talk about climate change. I'm like, maybe Earth's just being little pussy.
Why can't Earth just step up a little bit?
Yeah, like maybe Earth's just getting older.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I believe it.
Everything.
I don't want all my science friends to get on me about that.
John and I went golfing yesterday, and it was
Talk about a dice roll right there.
filled with regret. I sat in a seat that was being baked out into the sun.
Really?
Oh, the booty hole.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Explain, please.
It just, dude, it shocked you.
How hot this seat was?
Some Florida hot seats out there make you feel like,
Talking about on the cart?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So golf cart baking out in the sun. I sat in it and I thought, like, I hope God isn't watching because like it heat entered.
Yeah, like it was like when you sit on the seat, you'd think your cheeks would get hot, right? Because you're sitting on the seat, but it would like
It made me want to smoke a cigarette.
yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
I felt dirty after.
It was something else. But Florida heat.
You got a prison stinger up there in the golf cart?
Yeah. I looked at the forecast and it just said C block 5.
100% chance of showers.
Yeah, it's prison showers. That's what it was, dude. Now this heat got me thinking. Like I
Never
understand.
drop the soap around the devil, boy.
Like I always was maybe envious or just a little bitter towards snowbirds, probably because they have the opportunity and the wealth to be like, I move here because of the weather, and I move here because of this weather.
I'm so rich, I have to divide my life into two.
Yeah, I have 2 homes. They're fully stocked with the same family photos, and I travel.
Oh, if I went snowbird, I'd have 2 families.
Yeah, just double down.
Yeah.
Just double life.
2 names, I'd be different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like upstate New York Joel would be way different.
Yeah.
I'd have an accent.
But there's so many things, though, that the Florida summer brings that are some pros.
Please tell me all of them if you know both.
Ice cream is good. Ice cream is great. In a Florida summer, ice cream is biblical. It is so powerful.
Yeah.
Of an activity.
Do you
of a
remember
thing to
chasing
eat.
down the ice cream truck when you were a kid in the summer in Florida?
Do you want to hear something kind of sad? No, but because I never did, and now in my neighborhood I have an ice cream truck. I am 34. I chase them down once a week.
You're pretty fast too.
I'm gangly, dude.
Here's I grew up in a neighborhood where there was always an ice cream truck, but there were a lot of kids who weren't very fast. So what I would get was money handed to me.
And they weren't fast
And
because
ordered.
of the ice cream.
Yeah, no kidding. That's
Making money off these kids? Wait, what?
No. They were like, Joel can catch the truck. So when we'd hear like, and everybody would
rich.
be like, Joel, bomb pop, Joel, screwball, and I'd be getting ones, this before tap to pay. Now you can just work it out later, but and then I would just haul it. And I remember like my neighborhood is just a big semicircle, but it's off of a main road. So he would come and do the one horseshoe, and we would sometimes only hear him when he was almost all the way out. That's why I would have to kick the A-speed jets in to,
Savior to these.
start blade running down to the main road. But I'd get everybody's, and I'd come back, and of course, like we said, it's 900 degrees, so I'd come back with like kind of already melting ice cream.
So
And we'd sit on the curb and ball out. That is a good Florida summer
that's
thing.
a Florida summer thing.
yeah.
Sitting on the curb.
Astro Pops. The red, white, and blue. I mean, they are little phallic, but they're patriotically phallic.
Yeah, but it's okay then.
Yeah, it's completely fine. Those 2 things. I'm just saying. There's just all those Florida pools. God.
Swimming's the best here.
July 4th, I went to a July 4th party, hopped in a pool. I forgot.
How good it is.
It's so good.
You like pools?
I like pools, can't do beaches, though.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
You just not into
I'm anti-beach.
sand and sharks?
Sand, sharks, salt, can't get away from the sun, $15 drinks, got an umbrella in it, but it's so small, it's not providing any shade. It's not doing it.
That's a decorative umbrella.
Yeah,
That's not a practical.
Well, I wonder, though, now that I made the joke, I wonder if the umbrella actually has some level of, like, thought and logic of, like, because we want to keep the sun out of your daiquiri.
You know what? Absolutely. If I ever open a bar, my daiquiris are going to be $27, but it comes with a golf umbrella,
Yeah.
a functional umbrella.
Nice.
Like a Titleist umbrella.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'd work it out. I'd be like, do you want a real Arnold Palmer? It comes with a golf umbrella.
Yeah. It's just so.
How about, okay, was there anybody at the pool party swimming with a shirt on?
No. I think everyone.
Everybody was skin out?
Yeah. Oh, man, that does say a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It says some. Yeah.
Usually you get a shirt swimmer.
And what's weird.
It's different now with the rash guard situation because everything's like dry fit. There used to always be a shirt swimmer with like a cotton t-shirt on, and that's awful.
Yeah.
That's like walking through a spider web with every stroke in the pool.
Do you think, wow, this is a tough question. Do you think it does, do you think it says more if you go into a pool with a t-shirt on than if you still had that same body and walked out without the t-shirt on?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think anybody needs you to leave your shirt on for them. Nobody cares. I mean, maybe they do, but
Well, they're like, so
I don't. I'd like take your shirt off if you want to.
I'm assuming about the t-shirt swimmers is that they're going in going like, I don't want to show, I've got man boobs or I've got something like that. So then when you walk into the pool with the t-shirt, everyone just assumes that. And that's so much, I don't know, that's negative maybe or darker than I think if you just walk out going like, I got moobs, you guys want to slap them. Or like some you make some sort of joke, maybe not that joke, but like you break some sort of something about it.
I don't even think it matters. I think it's just cannonball out. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that it matters to the people who are walking in with those T-shirts on. Because they're like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I respect it, but I do think that if you go shirtless, it's gonna work out
here's a
better
Florida
in the long run.
I went to a water park in Orlando, theme park water park recently, and saw a lot of body confidence that I was like empowered by.
Yeah.
People were like,
hell yeah.
Look at this.
Hell yes.
That same. I'm like, yeah, why is it everybody like that?
It easier said than done. I'm sure there's some t-shirt swimmer that's listening right now. We're not coming at you.
No,
I'm just
totally not.
I'm trying to give you a little heads up. If you don't know that a lot of people, I think you're going to get judged more for being a t-shirt swimmer than having some man boobs or
Let it dangle. Dude.
let it dangle, dude. Let them flop.
Nobody's worried about it.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And anybody who is, sucks.
And can I be for real? If I see moobs on a guy, I know they know how to have fun.
You know what I'm more suspect of than moobs?
Huh.
Six-pack.
They don't know how to have fun.
No fun.
Well, maybe
cool.
they do. Their fun just might be different. I just don't understand that fun.
I
I can understand how you almost anything else, but when I see somebody who really has the dedication to like perfect what they think a body should look like, I'm like, what? I don't get it.
If I walk up to,
Obviously, I don't get it, but I mean,
if
I'm not knocking it. Good for them. But
if I'm at a pool and I see a guy with moobs, I know he has a lime for my Corona.
Yeah.
But if I see a guy at a pool and he has a 6-pack, he's gonna tell me like a good fish dish or like how he bakes non-fried fish. I don't know, some healthy, some dumb healthy thing that's gonna be the end up conversation. Asparagus has. No. Do you have a lime or not?
You know what I always think when I see somebody with a body like that? I always want to go up and be like, "You did it. You did it."
Yeah. Let them ride, Move Man.
Beers in, moves out.
Yeah, shout out to the Move Man. I'm rooting for you. Whoever's up, like right close to taking off the shirt at the pool, do it. Tiger Woods out. Game 7, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be okay.
Take the yellow card. Take your shirt off.
Yeah. Man, and one thing I keep looking forward to when it comes to summers, especially this summer, this is the first summer I've ever had this thought. I was like, I can't wait to be a dad and understand to relive summer vacation.
Oh, dude.
That was the best. That last day of school, and it was going to be hot as hell for the next 2.5, 3 months. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
I just look forward to.
You don't have to get up early. You don't have homework for 3 months.
Yeah,
I'm living it right now. My 2 boys are right in the thick of it, loving summer.
Oh.
And Florida's weird because we get out of school early, go back to school early. So it's still summer when you're going back to school. It's August.
Everything is so damp.
It's so damn.
Everything is.
It's
wow.
It's crazy how hot and humid it is here. But you know what? Joke's on everybody else. When December rolls around and it's still like in the mid 70s here, we'll be fine with our decisions.
I feel for my wife, 3rd trimester in this Florida heat.
Rough.
She is still walking. She's not walking to work, but her job.
Waddling.
Yeah, she's sashaying, waddling, with a little pimp limp on the left side, depending on where the kid is. But I just feel so bad that she has to lug, extra 35 pounds. I think that's where.
Putting her on blast right now.
Oh yeah, that might be TMI. I think it's actually about 8 pounds. I think she hasn't gained any weight at all.
If
Actually,
anything, she's lost it.
she's lost weight. She's the first pregnant woman who got pregnant and lost weight. She looks great. She looks amazing. I love you, babe. Even in this sector, I got your back, Bob. But with her being pregnant, and she knew this as soon as we found out in December that the 3rd trimester was going to be in the Florida summer.
Yeah.
And my God, I just feel, I wish I could piggyback, help her out more. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just show up to her work and be like, "You're not walking today. Hop on."
She works outside, too.
She works outside as well.
Oh, man.
Not for hours on end, but still
She's a
enough.
construction worker for anyone who doesn't know. She lays pavement.
She's got a pair of Timbs and she spits a lot. Judgment Day is
Wives
coming
and
soon.
mothers, good for you.
Yeah.
It's incredible work on the
And
whole
if you
making babies thing.
And if you don't have any, I don't know, this entire pregnancy experience has absolutely changed every ounce of my perception towards every female, every woman ever. The fact that that's a possibility in the woman's anatomy, this enormous miracle, it got me tripping out every other hour, just thinking I remember my mother-in-law looked at me, and this was one of my favorite quotes from her. She goes, "It was just so crazy. I was making eyes. I don't know how to make eyes. I was making fingers. I don't know how to make fingers. I was making feet. I made 6 pairs of feet. I don't know anything about feet." And that, although is comical, really put it into perspective of wow, my body does none of that. I fart and sweat a lot. That's my superpower as a human body and being a male. That's I can't do any of that. And I keep getting pieces of advice about Judgment Day or Delivery Day.
Judgment Day. I don't know that I think that's a whole different type of advice.
I'm still working on it. I'm still working on the vernacular for all of this. But I keep getting
Delivery Day. Yeah.
Yeah, Delivery Day, the big day.
D-Day.
Also, maybe not the best thing to call it.
D-Day is what
We're
got
still
us
working
here.
on the branding here. Point is, baby's coming on this day.
I keep being told not to look. That's the number one thing.
I think you should look. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
I'm not judging that.
Whoa, well, you came in real hot there.
I mean, I witnessed. Can I?
Yeah.
I witnessed a birth. I was like,
You're a nurse.
I'm a nurse. I was a nursing student at the time, and I witnessed this birth, and that's when I think I started appreciating women differently. And have like
It was
you
a
were
game
talking about,
changer?
game changer. And I walked in the room. Legs were up. The nurse student that was with me, I was standing in the back trying to be respectful.
Were you just Blair Witching in the corner,
I
just
was
sort of
in the
having
corner.
your
I
face
was
in the
like, I
corner?
don't need to
Blending in.
I don't need to see any of this. It's cool. I'm in the room. This is great.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yep, thoughts and prayers. I hope I'll dap your head with a towel. I know you're sweating.
Yep.
This is
Just
great.
here for the vibes.
And then the nursing student I was with, she was like, "Oh no, you need to watch this." She grabs my arm, yokes me right in front of her. When I say
row.
front of her, I mean legs up, vagine right in, like I'm just got a good look going on.
Yeah,
of
this is
what's
day
going on.
one of training. This is 2 hours into this new career.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the second day I've been at a hospital ever, and I'm like, okay, this is great. And
Including
then
your own birth.
it's burned into my memory watching the baby come out and how fast they come out. Like
You got some PSI.
I don't know if she was built different or whatever, but that baby just slipped on out. As soon as the head came, then the shoulder, boop, baby was in the doctor's hands. And then I remember, though, leaving that room, and I don't know what happened. It was like a spiritual awakening or whatever. But as soon as I left the room, like 50% of my HP just like went down. I don't know if it was because giving birth
Just
needs to take something, you know?
just
I
like
don't know.
your overall energy, just you said HP, health points. Your health points got.
I was just completely gassed. I had to sit down, take a
Imagine how
break.
she felt.
Yeah, right. God,
This lady was a champ. She didn't
What
yell.
she
nothing.
did wore you out.
What she did wore me out is correct. It was intense. It was wonderful. It was magical, but it was, bruh. I don't want to see that.
How?
So, but your suggestion was that he look.
Yes.
Was it just so that he goes through that level of what happens?
I want him to go through that spiritual, whatever you call it, journey that I went on. It was intense.
Especially because his would be his own son. Yours was a complete stranger.
Completely random lady. I have no idea who she is. The husband was standing in the corner like,
Who is
the
that
look on
guy?
his face just shocked. There's like 5 nursing students, 3 doctors, all in this small room just staring.
You're in
at
there
his
like, I've
wife.
never been to one of these before.
Oh, this is great. You know?
Yesterday I learned how to give an IV.
The question is what is it more like? You guys have both been in the room for this event. Is it more like when an F1 car needs to get new tires and a bunch of people run out and it's like really, really quick and it's like, we have to go. It's time. Or is it closer to like an exorcism where there's like a bunch of people around a bed? You see a woman, she's freaking out. She might even be strapped down to the bed, a la exorcism.
Yep.
And now she's yelling, you know, like,
I mean, the answer is yeah.
Yeah.
is it a
Both.
No,
Both.
it's
Yeah.
half NASCAR, half exorcism.
Oh,
Yeah, and then every now and then the pit crew looks at the car and goes, "You're doing great.
Push.
Push, you're doing great."
I took one pregnancy class and I failed. I bombed it. It wasn't even a written test, but I got a talking
How
to
do you
after.
fail?
Because, dude, I'm really good at some things and I'm really bad at serious things.
He pulled the baby out and it got stuck in a rat trap.
No, I was being told to like, also I was in a group of a bunch of other people, which is so odd. That's been the oddest thing.
'Cause that's not what it'll be like in the delivery room.
Yeah.
It's not 20 of you.
But there's 4 other couples in this class, and every guy is wearing the same face. I have no idea.
If this is mine or not.
Yeah, we're just so like, she's doing so much. Whatever I can do, whatever. It was just laughable how none of us were wearing the same clothes, but we all had the same outfit on.
Yeah.
We all had the same
emotional outfit.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for you. So obviously, women are undefeated in the making babies.
Yeah.
No man has done it.
None.
But I think if we could, the way it's done would be like it would turn into more like a sports cuts version.
Very much so.
And I want to know, like, if you were 3rd trimester right now and you were allowed to book your birth scenario, no rules, like, what would you set up for yourself?
God, Metallica. I need Metallica.
Would you be in a hospital? I'm talking whole thing.
I would be in a hospital. I would need someone on I need a DJ. I need some music in
So
there.
yeah, you both
I
mentioned
would need-
music. Tunes
yeah.
are important.
Yeah, that says everything about.
What would you play?
That says
You
so
said
much.
Metallica?
We go music, and you're asking for like, what kind of doctor would you want? I'm
You're like, I don't need a doctor, but I
need-
need 2 turntables and a microphone.
I need no ceilings, Lil Wayne mixtape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Are
need.
you going hip hop?
Oh, all day hip hop.
Yeah. I might go earlier, not like now. Might like go like
Biggie or
Tribe.
Tupac? Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe Called Quest or like yeah. I
Okay.
think that actually Tribe Called Quest would be good.
That would be great. Yeah. Okay.
I think I would go. We checked out one of the birthing centers where it's like it was all women and one gay dude working at this place, and I felt like that it was awesome. Like a little tribe of people. Like
It was like being at brunch.
yeah, it was.
Everybody but her gets a mimosa.
It was just, and there was kids running around at the birthing center.
They were still there from when they were born.
Well, all the employees are allowed to bring their kids, and they just, they take care of their kids.
Immediate no from me on that one. Then
But when
I want to go to one of those things where you can indoor skydive.
and then just
Give birth?
Yeah, I would do it so that it flew. I think it's on iDrive, that place. Sky Zone, baby zone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm doing that one. It shoots out. I grab the umbilical, grab it. I'm like, you're mine.
Over here.
and it kind of looks like a parachute.
And we bond. We do like a first dance.
Yeah, so at first it looks just like a really small parachute.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's a visual right
that's
there.
a visual. We'll
that
soak
is.
that. We'll take a 2-second break just for you to paint that picture.
That's actually, yeah.
Perfect.
There it
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
There it
now you
is.
got it. Really soak that in. The
Oh, I'm completely naked too, by the way, if you need to reimagine it. No t-shirt swimming here, baby. Moobs and baboobs.
I'm trying though, like I'm trying to get all the best pieces of advice that I possibly can. And a lot of listeners have reached out and told me not to look. I'm just trying to go full eye contact.
Look.
And I've got to really focus on what I'm going to say, because I know that when I get serious, it's really easy for people to laugh because it's so jarring. Like one time I was dead ass serious against one of my dogs, and I was like trying to let her know, bad girl. And when Olivia starts laughing, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's in her defense. I'm like, Hazel, you're acting like a bad dog. And then bad girl. Yeah, bad girl. And then
like a chicken. Like,
yeah, bad girl. So that's what she has as a husband and a father.
Are you gonna like head coach? Are you gonna be like a head coach pep talk while she's giving birth? Or are you gonna be like,
come on, let's go.
Yeah. I see. That's where I think I fall.
4th and 10? You
Yeah,
got one more play.
We're in the red zone, honey.
I'm gonna just go straight into
right between the legs. Right between the legs.
Let's go. We're running the sneak.
yeah. Like
Flea flicker.
I'm so scared because when we were in that class and I was like doing the exercise and I was like talking to her in her ear, she got mad at me. She was like, "You're not taking this seriously." And I'm like, this is the best I got. This is the most serious I get.
This is all I have.
Where I was into her ear going like, "Come on, girl, get it."
You were talking dirty to her?
Well,
Yes.
no,
I love
that was me trying to be like,
You remember what got us here?
no, it was not. But maybe that's just what I'm so used to that aspect when I'm like in an ear that I need to just like change everything because that's
You need 2 whisper games, right? You've only got 1 right now.
yeah. And in hindsight, that's exactly what I was doing.
I say
Damn.
stick with that. I think the medical staff might be alarmed, but
Yeah.
go
come
ahead,
on.
talk dirty.
Yeah. Go get it. Come on now. It's not. I got to work on that.
Yeah, you're
for sure.
not much of a poet, this guy.
Yeah, I'm not that much of a good.
Maybe look up some quotes first.
Yeah, win one for the kipper. This one's for the kipper.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, run with that.
We got to wrap things up.
Also, guys, today we do a toast for Brian Flaherty.
Brian Flaherty is one of the reasons why this podcast is happening. Was Joel's best friend, and we lost him a year ago to this day.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Without getting too into what happened, from Father's Day until July 9th, Brian was in a bad way. We went and visited him in the hospital. John was there. We brought you, John, partly because you knew Brian, played golf with him. Right?
Yeah, great guy, charismatic.
And also
Also-
because you're a nurse and we were confused. And so that's kind of who I want to say something to, is the reality of like having somebody you love not okay. Being in a hospital where wonderful things happen.
Yeah.
Also a place where people are super stressed out and worried about the people they love. And so for anybody who is feeling that right now, or for anybody who has felt that and it's never really left you, we know what you mean. We are thinking about our boy today. It's been a rough year without him. He's Mount Rushmore, one of the best.
One of the funniest, if not the funniest guy I've ever met.
And that's from a comedian, and he's right.
That was-
Funniest guy I've ever met, Brian Flaherty. We miss you. We love you. So, and cheers to Brian and to anybody else you're thinking about right now based on what we just said.
Love you, Brian.
Love you, Brian.
Love you, buddy.
And that is episode 13 of Good Sauce. My name has been Ross,
I'm Joel.
and that has been
John.
And that is that. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy life and enjoy the hottest devil taint of a summer that we've ever had before.
It is. Don't sit on that seat in the golf cart, baby.
my God.
We love you. Night, night.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Good Sauce is brought to you by Mo Do It. Every episode, this episode. And speaking of Mo Do It, he has one of the coolest events coming up. Do you like bowling?
I do like bowling, but only if it's in conjunction with pinball.
Don't miss the first ever Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-O-Rama.
What, when, and where?
July 13th at the Oviedo Bowling Center. This is honestly one of those cool guy
It
events.
checks out. Everyone's there.
It's all going down at the Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-O-Rama. Once again, July 13th at the Oviedo Bowling Center.
All the proceeds go to Rosie's Adventures, a local nonprofit that helps kids battling cancer.
Injured on the go?
Just call Mo.